We'll talk with the first female surrogate in Cape May County's history, Susan Sheppard, and talk with returning freeholder Leonard Desiderio next on the Cape May County Report. Welcome back to the Cape May County Report and Happy New Year. I'm Lenora Bonafonte, Cape May County Communications Director, and joining me now is the first female surrogate in Cape May County's history, Surrogate Susan Sheppard. Congratulations and thank you. Happy New Year. You were sworn in on December 31st. You became the 21st, only the 21st surrogate in Cape May County's history and the first woman surrogate to serve in Cape May County. There's some major accomplishments and making your place in history in Cape May County. How does that feel?
I was very honored to be elected by the citizens of Cape May County. I truly enjoy public service. This was a natural step for me with my legal background. And, you know, Bob Hedges was the surrogate for 40 years. He had big shoes to fill, and I'm very excited about the new position.
Now, you are an attorney. And your father was a judge in Pennsylvania, served on the court. Did this seem like a normal progression for you to take this part in your career now?
I was raised that public service is a very noble calling. My dad was a judge, my uncle was a judge, and in Pennsylvania they're elected positions. And I come from a legal family. My brother's a lawyer, and it just seemed natural. My father passed away quite suddenly, about 1.5 years, and you know, I think you put in perspective what you want to do with your life when you lose a parent. And I'm raising small kids, and it just seemed like a very natural fit for me. And when Mr. Hedges determined he wasn't going to rerun, you know, I reevaluated where I was in life, and I just thought this was a perfect opportunity for me to combine my skill sets with where I was in life.
What do you think your father would think of your decision and of his daughter being a surrogate and the first female surrogate in Cape May County?
I would hope he would be very proud. I do miss him every day, and I did miss him at my swearing in, but I was honored to have a very close federal judge robe me, which means put my father's robe on me, and it was a very moving experience.
Now, for many people that may not know what a surrogate does in Cape May County, you're one of the 3 constitutional officers in Cape May County, along with the sheriff and the county clerk. Tell us what the role of the surrogate is in Cape May County.
The surrogate is the only judicial position that is elected. It's quasi-judicial in that it's also a clerk or also an assistant to the judges of the Superior Court. But the surrogate's office really assists people in times when they're most at need, when they have a death in the family and there's an issue with a will, or they need some help with guardianships, or some happy times when there's adoptions. And it's usually that office functions around people's lives. You know, when they most need county government, and that office is there. And the surrogate is one of those positions that was written right into the Constitution of New Jersey, because it was such an important position.
And in Cape May County, with an aging population and a large senior citizen population, the role of the surrogate's office becomes an important place for them.
Well, I think it's very important because, you know, as a public servant, I believe that part of my duty is outreach. Part of my duty is constituent services, no matter what you do as a public servant. If you're a council person or a freeholder, a surrogate, a clerk, a sheriff, a congressman, governor, it's constituent services. And part of the role of the surrogate in constituent services is to make sure that people are comfortable with their decisions in life, so that, God forbid, when the time comes that they pass, they know exactly what they're doing. They have all the skills and tools available so that they can make a very educated decision, and that they're comfortable with what they have.
So that they are prepared now, so they know what will happen if they pass, so they have a will in place and they know their family's taken care of.
Exactly right.
Now, as an attorney and going into this position, how do you feel that helps the position? Why do you feel it's an asset being an attorney?
I think it's always an asset to be an attorney in any role in government. I think in this role specifically because we are dealing with the law on a daily basis. You know, you're dealing with probate law, guardians, adoption law, and I think you're seeing throughout the state there's 21 counties and then there's 21 surrogates. There's only one surrogate per county. And the majority of the new surrogates are lawyers or their deputies or attorneys because there are intricate issues involving wills and trusts that that really have to go before the surrogate for the judicial decision of whether or not it needs to be probated or not. So it helps to have an attorney in that position, I think.
And prior to you taking the office of surrogate in the county, as you said, Bob Henches, the former surrogate, held the position for 40 years, and he saw so much changes going through that office. And as you said, what it evolved to today, where being an attorney is an asset and a benefit to that position.
Well, Bob had the benefit of so many years of experience. I mean, you know, it's a little bit overwhelming for me to take his spot because he was known as the dean of surrogates throughout the state, and I'm, you know, I don't say that lightly. He was so well respected. He helped write some of the best probate laws and probate decisions throughout the state, and I think that his just institutional knowledge is just unbelievable. And I, you know, I've tapped into him numerous times already, and you know, I'm in constant contact with him with questions, and he's just been a wonderful mentor and friend to me in my position.
So as you move forward this year in this position, what will you focus on? Will it be constituent outreach? Will that
Absolutely.
be
Yeah, you know, I'm blessed in the sense that Bob, you know, his staff is wonderful. I'm not going to be making major staff changes in the office. We're going to continue the wonderful service that they provide to the legal community, to the Bar Association, and to the people. But I'd also like to get, you know, my personality is such that I enjoy being with the people of Cape May County, so I am going to take a more active role and be out there more giving one-on-one advice and some, not advice necessarily, but more guidelines on the law.
Now, prior to be elected as a constitutional officer, you were freeholder in Cape May County for 2 years, and prior to that, a council person in the city of Ocean City for 2 years. How are you adapting to your changing role now as you become surrogate?
It's interesting. I ran for council in Ocean City, and I was thoroughly enjoying the position. I did not contemplate running for freeholder. It kind of just happened. I loved being the freeholder, you know, and I sat with the best freeholder board in the world, the director, Jerry Thornton, and the vice director, Len Desiderio. It's been a great experience. I did not think that the constitutional seat was going to be where I ended up. It just seems to happen, but I've enjoyed every step along the way, and I think each step has given to me different sets of experiences and abilities so that I can better serve the people. By having the freeholder legislative budget issues that I've dealt with, and the surrogate was under one of my departments, I understand now how that department worked from an administrative functioning aspect, and now I'm in that office with more of a constituent services. So it's an interesting balance to see both aspects.
So kind of, it was just a natural stepping stone.
It's just interesting. Yeah.
And it's funny because that's what I was trying to ask you, like what you've learned, you know, from being a freeholder that you take with you that helps.
I think any public service, you learn that people rely on good politicians. I say politicians in a positive sense, but good elected leaders to help them. And no matter whether it's an issue on a municipal level or a county issue or a more legal issue, they rely on that. And I'm very honored and proud to be able to provide that service in whatever capacity I was in.
What will you miss most about being a freeholder?
The personalities. I thoroughly enjoyed working with the freeholders, and I had some of the best department heads. I mean, I was blessed. I had tourism, I had the surrogate's office, I had the clerk's office, I had park and zoo, you know, the libraries. I had some wonderful, wonderful departments, and although I'm going to see them, I am going to miss the more daily contact.
So looking ahead this year, 2013, what would you like to accomplish?
I'd like to make sure that I get as educated as I can become in the role of surrogate. You know, I know it's going to be impossible to live up to the expectations of a Bob Hedges after 40 years, but I want to do my best to make Cape May County proud and to serve the constituents of Cape May County in the best way I can.
Well, thank you, and good luck, Surrogate.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk with returning freeholder Leonard Desiderio on what lies ahead in Cape May County in this year, 2013. Stay with us.
How far would you go to build a kingdom? How far to save a species? To shoot the rapids? To bolt at the speed of lightning? How far would you go to live in another century? To share new discoveries? To make the summer last forever? Your journey begins at njsouthernshore.com, New Jersey's Southern Shore region.
How far would you go to discover a new treasure? How far to stand on the edge of the earth? To step back in time? To be amazed? How far would you go to lower your heart rate? To heighten your senses? To breathe, really breathe? Your journey begins at njsouthernshore.com, New Jersey's Southern Shore region.
Welcome back to the Cape May County Report. I'm Lenora Bonafonte, Cape May County Communications Director, along with Freeholder Vice Director Leonard Desiderio, who was just sworn into his 4th full term on the Board of Chosen Freeholders. Thank you for joining me, Freeholder.
Thank you for having me tonight.
Not only are you starting a new term on the Board of Chosen Freeholders, but you were also elected by your colleagues on the board to serve as Vice Director for the year 2013. How does that feel to have the support of your board?
I feel very honored and humble to have the support of the freeholders for me as Vice Director, and I promise to continue to work hard for all the citizens of Cape May County and work shoulder to shoulder with the freeholders for this coming year.
Now, there were a lot of changes on the Freeholder board. This year, you still have a relatively young board. Freeholders DeBoer and Maury are just starting their 2nd year as freeholders. Freeholder Director Thornton completed his 1st year as director and now was reelected by the board to serve again as director. And because Freeholder Sheppard is now Surrogate Sheppard, there are only 4 members on the board. So a lot of changes. Tell us about this board working with Freeholders DeBoer and Maury and Director Thornton this past year.
Well, over the past few years, the Freeholder board has taken a great change. I've gone from the youngest freeholder to the 2nd oldest freeholder, and I've gone for the freeholder with the least amount of time to the freeholder with the 2nd most amount of time. We have some great freeholders that are doing a fabulous job. As you stated, Freeholder Vice Director Sheppard is now our surrogate, and she has done a great job as a freeholder, and she is someone that has excelled not only as a councilwoman in Ocean City, but as a freeholder, and there's no doubt in my mind that she's going to be a fabulous surrogate. As you know, she's taken over for our longtime 40-year surrogate, Bob Hedges, who was the Dean of Elected Officials, Dean of Surrogates in the state of New Jersey. And Sue Sheppard now is going to be the surrogate, and I have all the confidence in the world that she's going to do a fabulous job.
Now, you've said in the past about serving this past year with Director Thornton and the leadership he has shown on the board. A lot of difficult times last year that you had to face, including Superstorm Sandy. Talk about the leadership on the board.
Well, Director Thornton has been a great leader, and he's definitely a hands-on leader. He's involved, he's there on a day-to-day basis, and no matter what task there is, Director Thornton is up to it. We've had a great tradition of great directors, and Freeholder Thornton is an example of a great leader. He's there for you, he's able to give you advice, and he wants to be part of a great government, and he is a great leader.
And as we stated, currently there are only 4 freeholders on the 5-member board. What is the process to replace Freeholder Sheppard, and when do you anticipate another freeholder coming aboard?
Well, the process, to my knowledge, is that since Freeholder Sheppard was a Republican, the Republican County Committee of Cape May County will choose a successor. And there has been a filing date with our party chairman, Michael Donahue, which has passed. And currently there are 2 candidates that would like to take over for Freeholder Sheppard. And it's my understanding that Chairman Donahue will hold a convention of all the elected county committee members at the end of January.
Now, and that person who is selected will serve this year, and then if they choose to, would run for election in November, also when Director Thornton's term is up as well.
Correct. They would run along with Director Thornton and be Director Thornton's running mate for the November election.
But now 2013 looks to be a busy one for this Board of Chosen Freeholders. And right now you're already underway with the budget process, and tough economic times are continuing in the county. When you looked at times such as this, what role do you feel you as a freeholder and as an elected official play?
Well, these are, as you stated, tough, difficult economic times, and it's time to represent the people. Oftentimes elected officials forget that they are there to work for the people, and it's not an ego thing. It's working for the people. It means working with the opposite party. It means working to ensure that our citizens get the best possible service that we can provide for them.
So now, as freeholder here in Cape May County, you are Director of Public Safety.
Yes.
That encompasses the Sheriff's Department, the Prosecutor's Office, Public Safety Training, and the Animal Shelter. When you look ahead to these departments, talk about some of the important roles that they play in the county. First of all, the Sheriff's Department.
Sheriff's Department plays a huge role in our county, and our sheriff is probably the finest in the state of New Jersey. And over the past year, I've learned much about public safety. Having not been a police officer or involved in public safety, except in Sea Isle City, I really learned a lot from our sheriff, and what the sheriff plays and the importance of the office of the sheriff to the county, you don't understand. Sheriff plays a part with the animal shelter. Sheriff plays a part with our jail. He also plays a part in our court system. He also plays a part with going to get fugitives. So the Sheriff's Department plays many, Office of the Sheriff plays many different roles in our county. And as I said, the Sheriff has brought many innovative new programs to his Office of the Sheriff. Many programs that are looked upon across the state of New Jersey, many programs which other counties are trying to follow.
And this year you took a proactive role, learning more about public safety in the county, working closely with the sheriff, meeting with him on a regular basis, and also with the prosecutor. Why do you feel that it's important that you stay involved and take that role? Well,
public safety has always been my #1 concern. I always felt that we needed strong public safety, whether in a municipality or in the county. So it was important that I would learn a little bit more about the prosecutor's role in the county, and of course the Office of the Sheriff. And my bi-monthly meetings with Sheriff Schaefer have opened my eyes to a lot of things that go on in the Department of Public Safety in Cape May County, not only in the prosecutor, but also with the Office of the Sheriff, and also with the jail, which is a very important component of our county.
Another piece, the Public Safety Training Center is responsible for training firemen and police, not only in our county but throughout the state of New Jersey. It's a top-rate public safety training center. How important is it, the role that plays?
Yes, it is. Director Saduk of the Cape May County Police Training Center is a foremost authority on the police training. And many people from across the state are now coming to Cape May County because of our great reputation and because of what Director Saduk and his instructors provide. And it is a thrill, I'm telling you, Lenora, to go to see these officers, young officers train, and then to go to their graduation.
Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk more with Freeholder Vice Director Leonard Desiderio, so please stay with us.
How far would you go to feel young again? How far to capture the sun? To walk in the wild? To celebrate new traditions? How far would you go to just slow things down? Your journey begins at njsouthernshore.com, New Jersey's Southern Shore region.
How far would you go to build a kingdom? How far to save a species? To shoot the rapids? To bolt at the speed of lightning? How far would you go to live in another century? To share new discoveries? To make the summer last forever? Your journey begins at njsouthernshore.com, New Jersey's Southern Shore region.
Welcome back to the Cape May County Report. I'm Lenora Bonafonte, Cape May County Communications Director, and I'm talking with Freeholder Vice Director Leonard Desiderio. Before the break, we've talked about your role as Director of Public Safety. Also, departments that you oversee include Consumer Affairs and the Animal Shelter in Cape May County. Tell us about the Animal Shelter. I know you are very fond of that department.
Animal Shelter is a Cape May County treasure, and the people that work there under the leadership of Judy Dunhauer Davies do an excellent job. And it's something that we are all proud of. All the municipalities in Cape May County are proud of our animal shelter. And if the viewers have not ever had the opportunity to stop there, they ought to just take a ride down and see how the animals are treated. And maybe they can adopt a little kitten or a puppy or a dog.
And also, the animal shelter is a great example of shared services. All the municipalities working together with the county to provide this service.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you that Cape May County is a leader in shared services, and this is an example of a great group of communities coming together for a great project.
And of course, now as the budget process is underway, how important is it when you look at all the services that the county provides to protect the services that we provide for our residents, but also hold the line on taxes?
Well, Cape May County has been a leader in controlling taxes and presently has the lowest tax rate of all 21 counties. We pride ourselves in being able to provide services for all of our citizens, especially our seniors. We have the largest percentage of seniors in the state of New Jersey, and we pride ourselves on the programs that we provide to them, along with families. So this, as we stated earlier, is a very, very difficult, tough economic time, and the freeholders will be rolling up our sleeves and working hard on this year's budget.
But we do look forward to some new projects underway this year. Of course, the Stone Harbor Library and the Wildwood Trust Library going to take place, and the construction of a new jail.
Correct, and the construction of a new jail along with the two libraries are something that will be done for the 2013. And we also have some major road projects throughout the county. And under our leadership of our county engineer, Dale Foster, we've been able to get some grants that have paid for 100%. For instance, Seal Boulevard from the Parkway to the bridge is an over $9 million project, of which 100% is being picked up. Also in Seal City from the bridge to Landis Avenue, a $3.5 million project, which will be started in 2013 and completed in 2013, is also a project with 100% of financing. In Avalon, you know, Hurricane Sandy did some major damage in the TI section leading into Sea Isle on the Avalon side. That's about a $10 or $11 million project, which will be completed for the springtime.
Now, as you said, there's more than $14 million of damage alone on county roads from Superstorm Sandy. The municipalities all were hit hard with road projects and problems with roads. But as you said, you anticipate almost 100% of funding coming back for a lot of the road projects.
Right. Dale Foster has done an excellent job in securing these funds for us, and we're moving forward with them. The projects will all be starting, you know, in the end of January, beginning of February.
Now, when you talked about the municipalities, you know, were hit hard with Superstorm Sandy, and you're looking to leadership from the federal government for the aid package to come through to help shore communities throughout the state of New Jersey and in New York. That didn't happen, but you've gone out and you've been outspoken about the support that our governor and our congressmen have shown to try to get the funds expedited here for New Jersey.
Oh, absolutely. Governor Christie and America's Congressman Frank Lobiondo have done an excellent job, and I've never been as proud as I was to hear them when the Speaker and Congress did not post the bill for a vote. And Governor Christie, as we know, speaks his mind, and he works for the people along with our congressman. But Congressman Lobiondo and our governor, to go against their leadership, in which you have to do sometimes because we work for the people, I am so proud of both of them, what they did and how they came across, and I'm hopeful that the Speaker will post the bill for the $51 million by the 15th of January.
Now, you talked about other leaders. Look at yourself as a leader, how you've come out this past year after Superstorm Sandy, and also working together, getting all the municipalities together to fight against legislation in the state of New Jersey that would eliminate beach fees in New Jersey. How important is it that legislation doesn't pass?
That's very, very important, especially after what we've just gone through and the damage that we've suffered, not only in Cape May County, but Atlantic County, Ocean County, Monmouth County. You know, many people think that the shores are not going to be open for this summer. We are going to be ready. We are going to be open, and we're going to have a fabulous summer. Senator Sweeney and Senator Doherty, I have great respect for, and Senator Sweeney has been a great leader. He has sponsored some great legislation for the state of New Jersey, but unfortunately at this time I don't believe that this is good legislation, especially for us, the communities that charge beach tags. Cape May County is a $5.1 billion a year tourist-driven county. That's our #1 industry, is tourism. We send over $1 million a day in taxes to Trenton, and we get far less back than we send. So this legislation is bad legislation at this time, and I respectfully ask the senators to please reconsider it. It's not good at this time, and besides, we will not be able to come under the self-imposed 2% tax if we cap law if this is passed. You know, this is a user's fee. It's the same as the state accepting federal and state money for highways and charging tolls. If they're going to do away with the tolls, if you accept federal and state money, then we'll all relook at this, but I don't think they're going to do that.
So now's the time for everybody just to work together.
We are working together. We are working together, and we're gaining momentum on this every day.
Well, thank you for joining us, Freeholder. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, I'm Leonard Bonafonte. See you on the Cape May County Report. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very, very much.